I confess. I fantasize about sexual relations with women more often than men, even though I'm a fully straight, married woman. So, I just want to say that I was once a fully straight, married woman. And my girlfriend is around here somewhere. Just saying.
BedPost Confessions is an Austin, Texas-based live show featuring smart storytelling and anonymous confessing. Stories heard at BedPost Confessions, as well as sister shows Unspoken and Confess, all explore themes of humor, vulnerability, and emotional justice on varying topics. No matter the topic, the highlight of any BedPost productions is the participation of the audience members sharing their own secrets in the form of anonymous confessions, which are read aloud during the show.
Hi, in case we haven't met before, I am a native Texan. Thank you. I love mermaids. Do it again. Do mermaid again. That's sexy. Do it slow. Do it slow. Right? We love mermaids! I know. He's available. Right? I'm in the closet. And thank you. And I'm a slut! I know. Well, actually, I'm a former slut. I know. It's, but listen, the best thing about being a slut is right after you come, you can leave. None of this like, hello, how are you doing? You know, do you have a job? What's your name? You know, that just doesn't happen when you're a slut. I love it. And I miss being a slut all the time, you know? Like, I miss being a slut when I'm drunk. I miss it when I'm sober, you know? I miss being a slut when I owe somebody money. I know, that's fun. And, you know, like, being a slut for me comes naturally, you know? Which is surprising because I don't trust anybody. But listen, if I know you want to fuck me, all of a sudden I'm very gullible and very naive. Y'all, horny and naive is a bad combination. That's a bad combination. Anyway, but I had to quit being a slut. Ergo, I stopped drinking scotch. God, I love scotch. Anyway, and I retired my hoary ways. Now, when I say I'm a retired slut, please do not think I'm celibate. Far from it. When I say I'm no longer a slut, it only means that I'm fucking you and I actually know your name. Y'all, if we're having sex and I start talking dirty to you, that means I forgot your name. Sorry. Anyway, so today I stand before you as a 33-year-old former slut. Thank you. It's actually 33 and a half, but I'm still a slut. Anyway, and my retirement was like a conscientious decision, you know, because I do love variety and I love sex. It's like a pizza buffet and orgies mean the exact same thing to me, you know. They both involve ranch dressing. But, y'all, right. Anyway, I'm not, never mind. Anyway, but I had to stop being a slut for many reasons, and one of the reasons I had to be a slut, stop being a slut, is because you guys, when you're just having slutty sex, it's very one-sided, you know, and it is a very self-serving thing, which is cool, but y'all, it's like loveless sex and sex without love lacks a certain sexual coordination, you know, and y'all, a lack of sexual coordination is exactly how you get jizzed in the ear. I have. What the fuck did you do to me? Son of a bitch. Right. I know. Anyway, I mean, it wasn't all bad. Being a tramp was fun, you know? I fucked a girl once, and Yes! Yes. Listen, I played live music in Austin, Texas for 12 years, and all I got was pussy. Anyway, I fucked a woman, and she was a biter who insisted I choke her with her own dress. It was such a cute dress. It was so cute. And the best thing about her was that, the best thing about her was that when she had a truck, like a pickup truck, that she named Wendy. And so when she talked dirty, she would talk about Wendy. Like, she'd say, Wendy thinks you're a bad boy. And so I bit her nipple. And then she goes, Wendy wants you to bite harder. It was just like, I think Wendy's wasting her time is really what I thought. But it was endless. Like, all the car puns were there. She's like, Wendy's tires need rotating. She's just like, somebody needs to check Wendy's carburetor. I was like, let's just all have sex, right? Come on. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay. Anyway, I always thought of being like a slut was like an exercise in character, Like, how else am I going to have slutty truck sex unless I'm a whore? But, everything's different. Everybody has a different thing. Like, I fucked an old man off a Runberg once. It was West Runberg. Thank you very much. And, sorry. So I had sex with a man of a certain age, and as expected, things got weird. Mostly because he did a lot of talking, which, if you're a slut, is completely pointless, right? Who said no? Who was that? I'll meet you in the men's room, sister. I'll see you there. Anyway, the other thing that got really weird is, everything got real domestic. Because, all of a sudden, he wanted to, parade around his, new leather harness and his new leather beret. Y'all, it's hard to look good in a beret at all, let alone when your dick is hanging out. As a matter of fact, all hats look stupid if your dick is hanging out. It's like, that's common knowledge, people. Anyway, he was a nice guy. He was older, and eventually I got what I wanted. And I left. I was leaving, and as I was leaving, he started fumbling through some papers near the door, and all of a sudden I'll go, here you go, and he handed me a $25 gift certificate to Chili's. And I looked at it, and I thought, did I just earn these 25 Chili's dollars? I accepted his gift. Y'all, that was one awesome blossom. It was good. It was real good. And in case you think it's gross to fuck an old man, I'm here to tell you it is not. Old men are sexy. The only gross thing about fucking an old man is seeing the giant jar of fish oil pills that he keeps next to the bed. All the knee braces scattered around the bedroom floor. That's gross. Pictures of his grandchildren on the wall. That's gross. That is gross. But one of my favorite times of being a slut involved a time when I was at home drinking, and an old friend brought over a man. And I did not know nor suspect him to be interested in men. I am all men. I am man. But in a quick moment of privacy, he grabbed my ass and told me I was beautiful. Gullible and horny. Okay. Okay, so I do not believe in suppressing sexuality, and I believe in visibility in the community. But there's really something sexy about not talking about it. You know, it's like underage drinking. It's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, so we were, okay. If you're approached by a man that you do not know is interested in men, it is fucking sexy. The only problem was our mutual friend was drunk and wide awake. And she had no signs of leaving anytime soon. And so every time she went to the bathroom, this guy would just jump out of his chair and start making out with me for 20 seconds and then go right back to his chair. Right? That's sexy, right? She would go outside for a cigarette, and he'd pull me into the hallway, smash his body up against me, and shove his tongue down my throat. I know. It was amazing. All I wanted was for my annoying friend to leave so that this guy and I could get next level in a real shitty kind of way. But she didn't leave. She just kept cracking open beers and enjoying everybody's company. And y'all, there is nothing sadder than a friend who's enjoying their time when everybody else wants them to leave. That is so sad. That is so sad. She kept drinking and talking, and y'all, I was getting sleepy, like acutely aware that my chances of fucking were slipping. You know, it was going fast. So she went to the bathroom, and I walked over to the guy and I said, I can't take this anymore. I am going to bed. Whenever she finally passes out, wake me up and I'll fuck your brains out. And I went to bed. Right? Because listen, y'all, a whore needs beauty sleep. If there's one thing, okay, if there's two things a whore needs, it's beauty sleep and champagne. Yeah. So, okay, somewhere around 5 a.m., he finally woke me up. He put his fingers to his lips, and he pointed to my friend who was passed out on the couch. Her face sweaty, and her tongue hanging out of her mouth like a dog on its back. It was not sexy. We held hands, and we tiptoed out onto the front porch. We closed the front door and immediately had sex on my front porch. I know. After that, he took me by the hand and led me across the street to a foreclosed house where we had sex with the only room we could deduce had been a baby's nursery. That's sexier than you might think. Okay, so then we went across back to my yard, and we laid in the tall grass as the sun was coming up like two filthy, sweaty pigs. I fucked his brains out right then and there, just as my neighbors were slowly driving to work. Like, hey, Pam. Hey, hi, Pam. Wait, is that sign language for Pam? Is that Pam? Okay, so we held each other in the grass for a while, but eventually we crept back into my house. I looked back, and I saw what a mess of clothes we had laid from my house to the foreclosed house back to the yard. It looked like a hooker's garage sale. It's great. So a few weeks later, I hired a transient man to mow my lawn for $20 because I believe in keeping it local. And after a few minutes of mowing, I heard the lawnmower choke, clutter, and finally stop. And I looked out the window to see what the problem was. And here was this poor homeless man with an overturned lawnmower. And here he is trying to yank out our underwear from 2 weeks before when we were having sex in the yard. And I'm watching from the window, and he finally yanks these pair of underwear with a snap. And he's looking at these cum-soaked underwear. And immediately looks up at the window that I'm looking out of. I'm just like, COD, people, cash on delivery, pay that shit forward, y'all. And I was horrified. I was proud. But when he just took his lawnmower, didn't finish the job, and walked away, I understood. You know, it's like, I understood that shit. I mean, we all do some fucked up shit, right, sister? I know. But let me just caution you. Being a slut is not for everybody. If you are a slut, be careful. Always use protection. And if you're going to fuck a man in your front yard early on a Monday morning, you better be good goddamn in with your HOA. Okay, people? Thanks, everybody. This is Austin. I'm Daniel.
Bedpost Confessions is produced by Julie Gillis, Mia Martina, and Sadie Smythe. Audio production is by Ian Danskin. Confess with us at bedpostconfessions.com. Until next time, we will leave you with a few other confessions from the audience.
I confess, I've always said that I'd never call anyone daddy. That it was gross, incestuous. Then I met my daddy.
That happens.
And now I'm a baby girl. And I love it. Of course you do.
I confess the first time I discovered masturbation, I weirdly had the urge to hump the corner of my bed. And well, the rest is history.
I confess, I'm here tonight with my husband, my lover, and my lover's lover, who is also my husband's lover. We call ourselves a square. And they say hashtag poly for the win, and I say, hooray for polyamory! Woo! Because I love to say that.